It was a little over a year ago, I think, that God gave me a dream, and I dreamed that I could see each house on my street, and it zoomed in and I could see the people that were living there. And then it went around to our house and where our house was supposed to be, but our house wasn't there. In its place was a tall red and white lighthouse, and it just seemed kind of odd to me. And I woke up and just thought, that's a weird dream. But later in the day, God brought it back to my mind and really impressed on my heart. He said, Jen, I need you to love people for me, and I need you to be a lighthouse on that street for me. I need you to point to me and to be a safe place for people. You know, people are just, they're longing for community, and every human wants to be loved.
We prayed, we became more intentional to engage them and speak with them about lots of things we all share in common. And then eventually Jen had this idea that we should have a community barbecue. We should have people over and invite them in and get to know them better.
We had sent out some invitations to about 16 houses on our street. Just people that we had made even the slightest connections with. 14 adults, 11 kids, and 1 baby show up. Since then, we've had a lot more conversations and connections. And
it was clear to us that God was doing the work. He was giving us those desires, and we prayed, and He provided those opportunities. And within some of those conversations, we would talk about where we would send our kids to summer camp. And before you know it, our friends were asking, oh, maybe we could send our kids to summer camp. Or where do you go to church? Or this movie I Can Only Imagine's playing, we want to go see that. Just simple things, but God was doing the work.
There are divine appointments beyond our disappointments. He chooses to use us in our broken states and uses those places to reach others.
Knowing that they didn't know Christ, it just seemed like a real opportunity to share our faith, what we have and believe in Jesus, and where we go to church, and the fellowship and the community we can have with believers. So we just started sharing some of those opportunities and letting them know that they can have the same things as well. Like God's salvation is free, and it's for them.
And having an open door, you know, allowing people into our lives to share with them, I think is, you know, how we represent Christ best, when we just genuinely love people. There's no human that doesn't want to be loved.
From the pulpit here, like a couple of the pastors saying, you know, we should grieve for those that are lost and those are around us. Like, that should grieve us.
Because people matter to God, they should matter to us. He's just given me a love for my neighbors.